Happy Monday. Happy November 13th. Okay. I'm going to start with the day itself. And then I'm going to get into what I'm going to dedicate this show to. But today is the heavenly birthday of both my brother and my sister, my brother Earl Rock Carter, my sister Diane Dorcel Mitchell Monroe, and it's a homegoing date of my mother, Miss Emily. And in all that sadness, because they're not with us now, it is also the 13th anniversary of my marriage to Pastor Jack Miller. And so it's a full circle of happy birthdays and a sad homegoing, and the other two of the birthdays, and then the homegoings, and then back around to the anniversary. So this is in tribute to us, all of us. I miss them very dearly, my family. I love my husband, 13 years. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. Probably not him. But as at dinner time, you always have to have an aperitif. This is my aperitif, my champagne. Okay, so what I want to do today is I normally pay tribute to our veterans on those holidays: Memorial Day, Veterans Day, D-Day. D-Day is important to me because that's the day that I produced my first musical in Paris, France, called French Kiss, and I did it on the 50th anniversary for D-Day in Deauville, France. But today, since Saturday was Veterans Day, today would ordinarily be the Monday that it's celebrated on. But there are certain holidays that you celebrate on the day: 4th of July, Christmas, New Year's, and Veterans Day. Okay. So today, I watched Soledad a lot. On matter of fact, I think she has a beautiful presentation of her weekly news magazine, as she calls it, and she shared a piece of history with us. Not just about. Usually, we just see veterans that are men in service, but she did a story on the WACS. And I want to share that with you. And then I'm going to share some of the other broadcasts that I've had with some of my veterans, my local Louisvillian veterans. And then I'm going to make a tribute at the end to all the veterans that are in my family. Hold on. So we're going to just say we're going to share this. And I'm hoping this is going to be okay, because if you didn't see her show today, I think you need to take a look at these Black women. Okay.
Even years. Concerned about homesick
I'm sorry,
soldiers, the U.S. Army tasks one special division to see if they can do the World War II is raging. There are, of course, no texts, no messaging apps, no emails, no faxes. The only way for troops overseas and their loved ones to stay connected is with a letter or a package. That means a lot of mail, and the wait for it could be months, even years. Concerned about homesick soldiers, the U.S. Army tasks one special division to see if they can do the impossible: sort and clear warehouses packed to the ceiling with bags of letters and care packages. In early 1945, the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion, an Army unit of 855 Black women, was dispatched to England and France. Our correspondent, Alexis Clark, introduces us to the retired colonel who's now ensuring that story gets told.
Night and day, the vast business of assembly went on in preparation for the coming attack.
The massive invasion of Western Europe, known as D-Day, was covertly planned by the Allies for more than 2 years. All communication about troops and troop movements were closely monitored.
The D-Day preparations was the catalyst for the backlog because mail contained sensitive information. So the mail had to be censored. It sometimes was stopped.
Colonel Edna Cummings, a career Army officer, came across the story of the 6888 about 8 years ago and was taken aback that she'd never heard of them or their mission.
The task of storing the mail, other units had tried and failed.
With 7 million service members in Europe, the mail backlog totaled nearly 17 million pieces, filling warehouses in England when the 6888 arrived in 1945.
They had to work in blackout conditions because the war wasn't over. So the women heard bombings or artillery.
Conditions Cummings learned of by talking to surviving 6888 members. They worked 8-hour shifts around the clock in dark, damp buildings. Some packages had spoiled food, which attracted rats, and mail wasn't always labeled correctly.
Because of the literacy levels in the U.S. at the time, some of the letters were just addressed to Buster or Junior.
But the 6888 undertook the task of creating a locator system with serial numbers for all the service members.
You had one shift that was sleeping and one that was working. They processed upwards of 65,000 pieces of mail and packages per shift, nonstop. So it was grueling, hard work.
The 6888 cleared the backlog in 3 months. To Hunt from Gibson.
Yes.
Who's Gibson?
Gibson was a German prisoner. It has really been a great journey finding out about who my mom was, other than just being my mom.
Janice Martin has a box of memorabilia from her mother, Indiana Hunt Martin, who served in the 6888. What did she say it was like when she returned?
I think it was a real liberating experience for them, coming from a place where Jim Crow laws were being enforced. They were able to go into restaurants, go to people's homes. No one made a fuss about anything.
Indiana Hunt Martin passed away in 2020, and currently there are only 5 surviving members of the 6888.
I'm just so happy that somebody is finally finding out that there were Black women in the military.
So tell me, what's in these boxes?
Well, these boxes contain, we are very intentional about preserving our archives.
The Afro News, headquartered in Baltimore, is one of the reasons the 6888 story was saved. Francis Murphy Draper is the CEO.
We have 3 million photographs, we have audio recordings, we have pictures.
The Afro turned 131 this year and was founded by Draper's great-grandfather.
It got started as a one-sheet, one edition out of Baltimore, Maryland, and then it spread to 13 editions all up and down the East Coast.
The Afro sent reporters to Europe to cover the war. The paper even turned their dispatches into a book called This Is Our War, published in 1945. The book is being re-released this month.
Their accounts are detailed, and they're not all about fighting. They're about where they went in Paris and who they met and what they did.
The paper also printed the names and addresses of service members in Europe, including those of the 6888.
It became a historical record.
To celebrate the passage of the 6888 Congressional Gold Medal Act.
a historical record that came in handy in 2022 when the battalion received the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian award, in large part due to an effort by Colonel Cummings. What did it mean for Black women at that time to wear a United States military uniform?
I think it symbolized rebellion because it defied social norms for a woman to be in the military, let alone a Black woman. The 6888 received the Congressional Gold Medal, not because they were Black women, not because they were women, because they accomplished something that no other unit could accomplish. I heard someone say they were set up to fail, but they stood up and delivered.
I'm Alexis Clark for Matter of Fact.
Wow. Did you know that? I didn't. But I thought it was a beautiful piece because most of the times when we celebrate or we commemorate Veterans Day or Memorial Day, we only see pictures of men. And I wanted to kind of highlight maybe the women. And so I thought I'd also, I guess I didn't do it right. I was actually going to bring up um, another, I had another, oops, maybe it's up here. Oh, it is. So I need like to share another interview that I had last year. And they weren't able to come on for Veterans Day last year or the year before last when I wanted to interview them. But the mother-daughter team, Teresa Major, Major. Oh, excuse me. Now we are Dr. Major Teresa Ratliff. She doesn't know I'm doing this today. I guess I have to call her later and tell her. And her daughter, Rosalind. And they all are from um, a service family. Teresa, her husband, Rosalind, and I think Teresa's son. Oh, I know Teresa's son is also in the military. So take a listen to a little of the interview that I had last year with my girlfriend. She was then just Major Teresa Ratliff. Now she is Doctor. I watched her graduation online. Girlfriend got her doctorates. Thank you very much. So I'm going to add this to the screen. I'm going to go up here and find it to make sure I do the right thing. Okay. And then we're going to get rid of some of this other stuff, which I'd like to see happen. Let me set this up for you. Okay. Okay. And I want to set it up. Teresa and I have been friends since she corrected me, the third grade. So first, Rosalind, mama's first. What's up, my girlfriend?
Hello, my sister. How are you?
I am so thrilled to finally have you and Roz on to talk about a 1-2 punch mama-daughter team.
Well, thank
But
you
I
for
was telling them, I said, you clarified some things one year when we were talking about oldest friends. I said, hold on. I'm going to stop it. I'm trying to just been friends since the 7th grade. You said, we've been friends since the 3rd grade.
And I had a picture to show you.
You still got that picture?
I do.
Wow. I've got it too. She sent it to me, and I was St. Salisbury. That's where we would go to school?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But Teresa and I have been friends, and we've been the kind of friends that you just don't lose.
Exactly.
Kind of friends that you can keep.
Exactly.
Because see, I think our friendship is something that my mother told me, Teresa. is you have to know how to be a girlfriend to keep a girlfriend.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You know, and we had a cooking club, and we was in a singing group, and we ran track, and we walked each other halfway home and halfway back and halfway till we just had to split off and go home. So, you know, I think about our childhood growing up, that we had wonderful childhoods.
Yes, we
I mean,
did.
the things that I remember were good things,
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know.
But I think what's even more amazing is that our mothers knew each
You know, yeah,
other.
absolutely. Yeah.
So we
That
actually
was
knew each
you.
other before we knew each other.
Well, you told me that you said that you found out that our moms knew each other.
Yeah, but that was through your mom.
Through my mother told you that.
No, that was at your house. We were in, I think, fifth or sixth grade.
Uh-huh.
And I was at your house. And she walked in and she looked at me and she said, "You are Mary's daughter." And that's how I
Wow.
knew.
That's something. That's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, and that was my first meeting of her. And as soon as she saw me, she says, "You are Mary's daughter." And
Wow. She
and
knew,
then,
huh? Right
and
away.
they worked together. They knew each other before we were born. So, we go way back.
Wow. Teresa, tell me what made you join the military?
Oh my gosh. Do you have like
No, just
okay?
wrap it up.
You want the Reader's Digest version?
Just the short version.
The short version is my husband and I were in the military. Well, my husband and I were in high school together.
Okay.
He graduated first. He went into the Air Force, and then when he came out, when I graduated, and we got married while I was still in high school.
Okay.
And we got married, and we moved to Jersey, which is where he was stationed. And then decided at some point that I wanted to do something in terms of continuing my education. And I saw the military was an option for that.
Okay.
So we talked about it for a couple of years, and he didn't think it was such a great idea. And one day I just got up, went to the recruiter, and I said, "I'd like to join." And I took the test, and they said, "We can get you in this summer." And I was like, "That's great." That's how it started.
You just took a leap of faith, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your experience in the military, was that a rewarding experience for you, Teresa?
It was challenging, but it was rewarding. God was just ordering my steps. I went as enlisted. I made it to Master Sergeant, and then I was commissioned and became an officer. And when I retired as a major. So through that journey, I was still dealing back in the day when there weren't a lot of women, especially women of color.
Right.
That were in the military. There was still what they call the old brown shoes. Those were people that were still a part of the Army, that was still in the Air Force. The Air Force and the Army used to be together, and the Air Force became its own entity in 1947.
Okay.
And so, there was good things and there's bad things, as in anything. I think the key to it is just persevering and taking more from the good than you do from the bad.
Wow. You've always had an optimistic outlook about everything anyway.
I couldn't sing it.
Don't look at it that way. Look at it this way.
Right.
That's my Teresa. And so what I want to do right now, because I'm getting ready to bring on your cut buddy,
yes.
your posse, your sidekick,
yes.
your mini you.
My mini me.
But what I want to do first is show everybody.
Now I can see it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then tell me if it moves. This is Teresa and her beautiful daughter, Rosalind.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Now this was taken during the time that we were building.
Okay, did I change pictures?
Yeah, now we're in uniform.
Now you're in uniform.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go back because I've got several pictures that I want all of them to be seen. That's the one in uniform. That's the glamour girls. That's showing enough a glamour shot right there. I'm gonna move it up a little bit so it can look okay. Now and tell me about where you are on this one, because this is a part of the team, the company that the two of you have formed.
Yes, we started TROZ LLC in 2002. And this was after I retired from the military and I retired from corporate America. I was a global project manager in corporate America.
Okay.
And I was called to active duty after 9/11. And after that period of time, I decided God was taking me someplace else. So I retired from both of those and decided that I wanted to build. And I had a vision. And in that vision, I told Ross about it. And I mean, for my blessing in this whole thing, my daughter decided that she wanted to walk the journey with me. And did she walk that journey? We walked it. It was a journey.
All right. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to take the pictures off, and then we're going to say, hello, Rosalind.
Hi, Aunt Janice. Hi, Mom.
Oh, this is so much fun. I knew it was going to be fun. And I was, we tried to do this for Veterans Day, but I told Teresa, I said, I want to do it around the day that we celebrate being in the service.
Right.
And giving of yourselves. And Rosalind, as a young woman, how do you feel now in this day and age? See, your mama took a leap of faith, but see,
right.
you kind of followed her footsteps because you kind of knew what you were getting into. Right. So tell us what that's been like for you, and tell us your ranking and where you are and what life holds for you today.
So first of all, thank you so much for having us here with you on your show today, Aunt Janice. We really appreciate it. And this is just a really special time of the year where we get an opportunity to reflect and think about the people that came before us. Yes. And the people that made the ultimate sacrifice, not only just those people, but their families made the ultimate sacrifice. And so it allows us to be here today in order to talk to you. So for me, getting into the military, that was something that really hadn't thought about too much when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. But as I watched my mother through her career, I noticed how sharp she was in her uniform and how proud she was and the pride that she took in putting it on and going to work every day. And like she said in the intro before, there weren't a lot of African-American women that were serving. No. So when you looked around, you might have saw one, you might have saw two, but gosh, you didn't see them. So that was inspiration. So absolutely wanted to follow my mother's footprints. And, my dad was in the military as well. But I think it holds something a little bit special when you see a woman in uniform.
Absolutely.
So I joined right before I graduated from high school, or while I was still in high school, and went to basic training 2 weeks later after I graduated from high school. And yeah, I know. So,
you didn't even think about a break, huh?
I didn't think about a break. So, I was all excited and got to basic training. And of course, they're screaming at you. And I'm like, why are they screaming? But made it through that phase. And but the career that I've had has been amazing. And it's been a journey. And like my mother said, there's been some challenges, of course. And I think anything that that you want to do and that you want to be successful at will have challenges, because you're going to challenge yourself to grow and challenge yourself to do better and be better. Right. And so, but it's been great. So currently, I am the command chief at Westover Air Reserve Base. And what a command chief is that I'm the highest enlisted ranking person on that base. And I work directly for and with the wing commander of the base. Okay. And so it's just been an amazing journey. I have this really incredible opportunity to and privilege to serve alongside some really great airmen and really learn from them. And so right now, at this point in my career, it's just about giving back. It's about how do I make somebody's journey better than my journey? Mm-hmm. How do I bridge the gap? How do I connect them to where they want to go and where they want to be? And so that's where I'm at right now. It's about just service and just giving back. And I've had some incredible mentors along the way, some incredible women mentors and men mentors that have just uplifted me through this journey. So I'm so fortunate. I'm so blessed to be sitting right here today. So yeah, this has been amazing.
I'm gonna tell you, y'all make me just so proud. I feel like, I feel like a proud mother to you, Roz, and this is my sister over here. Because I know my sister's tough. And I've got a tough sister and a tough niece. And you all have given of your lives to our country. And I say a lot of times on the show was kind of started out being a show talking about racism and things of that nature. Talking about this country as African American women. See, we love this country, but the country doesn't always love us back.
Absolutely.
And to serve in the military for the United States of America as a African American, we don't always give what we get or get what we give. Let's put it like that. That's how I say it. But to see a mother and a daughter, I mean, proud, I mean, major, retired, sister girl, living her life, watching you, Roz, live your life. That's got to be exciting. I mean, I know you all have something to talk about I know you got something to talk about on a daily basis anyway.
Right.
Phone conversations can be long, huh? Especially when you talk about work.
Well, when I call and talk to my mom, I really don't talk about work. Once I leave work, I leave work. And that's more of a time, you got to be able to separate work, family, friends. You got to be able to separate and pull back from that. And so, you got to have a healthy balance of all of them. So when I leave work, I go into a whole nother mode and I relax, watch a little bit of TV, Netflix, and, just try to absorb that moment in time, because when I'm at work, I'm giving 150%. I'm completely focused on what I need to focus on, which is our airmen, and ensuring that I'm doing the best for them. So yeah, I cut that off when I get home, but try to just make sure I have a good work-life balance.
I hear you. Well, Miss Teresa and Miss Roz and Teresa, you want to give us a little tidbit about maybe to impart some words to another young lady that might be thinking about joining the military?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things I think that we have to consider, particularly as young African American females, is that we need to start to plan our steps early.
Okay.
We take control of where we're going instead of where we're going taking control of us. And to do that is to be prepared. And to be prepared means that you work. And to work means that you don't whine. And to not whine means that you are always going about meeting your goals, long-term goals, short-term goals. And in order to meet a long-term goal, you need to have a lot of many short-term goals to help you get there. Because if you look at it down the road, it's too daunting. It can turn you around.
Yeah.
But if you say, I'm going to take 2 steps this day and 4 steps the next and 8 the next, you're doing it in those steps, you will get there. And the key is to get up every day and do it. It's easy to excuse. It's easy to not. It's easy to have, a reason why somebody else didn't let you. And going through what we've gone through in our careers, we could easily have had some turnarounds from being in the military to being in corporate America to being builders and developers. We had many times when people wanted to turn us around. And I always say that when one door closes, and I can't find a door, I'll make a door. Or I'll make
there you go.
So
I need you talking.
Once you have decided that this is your course, and you had that talk with God, and He's ordering your steps, then it's up to you. He can only do so much. He can whisper and give you some ideas, but you've got to execute. So I would say, young ladies, if you have a plan and you prepare yourself, you may not get there in a straight line, but you're going to get there. You just got to keep getting up every day to go there.
Yeah. If you fall down, you must get up.
You must get up
You
quickly.
must get up.
You must get up quickly. You can't lay there
Yes.
for 5 or 6 years and think, now I'm gonna get up. No, you must get up quickly.
Teresa, I have a story. I said one time I was going through a rough time and I was on my knees and I was praying to the Lord and I'd been down on my knees for quite some time. And it seemed like the Lord said to me, okay, now, Jess, I heard you now. You got to get up and get busy.
Exactly.
Okay, now you've given it to me. Now you get up and go do what you can do. Let me handle this. Because, it's one of those, Lord, help me now.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But I want to say thank you to the both of you. I'm going to still talk a little bit more about Cora Villas and your the dedication that you did for your grandmother when you built the houses over on 34th and right off Market, right?
No, it's at Lewis Coleman Drive, Junior Drive, in Jefferson. So, it used to be 34th Street.
Oh, excuse me. I started to say, okay, but you're right. Excuse me, on Lewis Coleman Drive.
Yeah.
See, that's my sister. See, she can check me and keep me straight. I can get the information straight.
There's a reason why, because Reverend Coleman was a big part of our inspiration as we were building.
He helped you a lot, didn't he?
He prayed.
Yes.
He was there with us. So he was a big part of our support as we were building. And he was the proud papa. I mean, he just took it and he realized, the challenges that we were facing. And he walked with us in a lot of those challenges. So for his name to now be in front of Cora Villa, amazing.
That was a double whammy, huh?
A double, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, girls, let me say I love you both. Rosalind, I wish you the best. Teresa, I will talk to you as often as I can. And good luck, my niece, and kick butt. Do what you know how to do, because I know you know how to do all of that. And Teresa, I will see you soon, I hope.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
You all need to come home and visit. I know you may not be able to come at the same time, because see, Miss Rosalind is busy.
Yes.
Miss Rosalind is running a whole unit of folks, and she doesn't have time to play. She's on a mission, and she's got a mission. And I just want to say, I'm very proud of you. I am very proud of you, Teresa. The only girlfriend. Well, I had one other girlfriend that went into the Army. That was Pam Dunn. And Pam Dunn was actually my very first friend, because we were born in Beach Terrace.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But she's since deceased. And on this Memorial Day, I'm going to acknowledge a lot of people in my family that are deceased. And I just want to say I couldn't have had a lovelier pair of women on my show today, talking about how you get it done. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Well,
make me feel like the Michael Jackson song. She's bad. She's bad. They on it. They bad.
But Janice, if you don't mind, I'd like to let everybody know that one day you need to do a show about your journey.
Yes.
Yeah. Because what you've done over the years has been amazing. And although we were not together over the years, I always knew where you were going. I always knew about your career. I always knew about you being the superstar that you are.
Wow.
And that has been absolutely amazing. And now to come home and want to now share other people's journeys in what you're doing now is absolutely amazing. So we thank you for that.
Oh, how sweet. Thanks, Teresa.
I love it.
You always say stuff to make me tune up, look all ugly in the face.
Don't do the ugly cry.
No, don't do the ugly cry. But it's something when you have friends that support you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what girlfriends do. We lift each other up.
Absolutely.
And we've Teresa and I have never had a crossword.
No, we haven't. No.
Never had a crossword. See, and I ain't no day at the beach.
And
see,
even though she
the kind of friend that people would turn around and say, I ain't paying her no attention. But to my recollection, we have never had a crossword.
Even though she beat me in track. She smoked me. And I was good.
Look, Teresa, I thought I was going to take that and go to Tennessee A&I and be a Tiger Bear like Wilma Rudolph. until this little white girl smoked me in the Mason-Dixon game. She ran by me. She said, "Hi, Janice." "Bye, Janice." I said, "Oops, well, I guess I'm not going to be no contest." I quit running right after that. Oh, no. I don't play no games I can't win now.
Exactly.
You know, so. But we've had a wonderful friendship through the years. And Rosalind, I'm looking forward to watching all the great things that you do. Teresa, you've been a fabulous mother and wife. And what's your grandmother name?
Yaya.
Huh?
Yeah, it's Greek for grandmother.
Yaya. Hey, Yaya. All right, now I'm calling you up now. I say, "Hey, Yaya." I call Deborah Burgess Nana. I said, "What's up, Nana?"
Yeah.
But I love being in touch with my friends, and I love to talk about the things that God has blessed you with, the career that God has blessed you both with.
Yes.
And on that note, I'm going to say I love you both. And
We love you too.
it's dinner time.
It's dinner time.
Bon appetit. I'll see y'all later.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Yeah. Where did I go with that? I had to go back over somewhere and fix that because it's done. That was a really nice conversation that I got to have with my girlfriend, Teresa Ratliff, and her daughter, Rosalind. Teresa built the condos that are on Dr. Lewis Coleman Drive, which used to be 34th Street, called Cora Villas. That was her project. She and Roz built those condominiums in her grandmother's name. I thought that was courageous for her to take that on. I think she might be trying to sell it now. But in last month, Teresa received her doctorate. And I watched her receive it online. And it's just, there's always something more that people want to do. And there's always something more that you can do. You never stop living. You never stop wanting to learn, or you never stop being curious about life, because there's a lot more to life than just waking up. Waking up is a real big part. Once you wake up, do something. Do something with the time and energy that the good Lord has given you to have each and every day. Be intentional about everything that you do. Be purposeful. Your life should serve purpose. Everybody's life should be purposeful, and you serve purpose. I want to acknowledge a few more women first that are veterans. I've had Colonel Pam Stevenson on, who ran the race. We weren't fortunate enough to win this time, but she's still a state representative. That's Colonel Pam Stevenson. And Miss Joanne Orr. Joanne she's an advocate for sickle cell anemia. She's also a veteran. We mentioned my girlfriend, Pam Dunn. Pam has passed on, but she was in the Air Force because she was based at Nellis, and that's when I rehooked up with Pam when she came to Las Vegas. And some other family members, we'll go over to the men's side. Colonel Ken Dunn and the Dunn men, Larry Dunn, Rodney Dunn. They're all the Dunn men except Keith. But Keith kept everybody in line anyway, so you might as well say he was in service. The Mumford Point Marines, the Louisville chapter right here in Louisville, that's has a scholarship fund named after my stepfather, John T. Covington, every year. The Mumford Point Marines, Shedrick Jones, my cousin Winifred Hammonds, my cousin Jimmy Carradine, my cousin JJ the Rich Dad Johnson, my Uncle Charles Robert Hammond, my cousin Glenn Covington, my friend Bruce Mississippi Johnson over in England, and probably a lot more that I haven't mentioned. But just know it's not from, blame it on my head and not my heart. But I just thought today was going to be special. When I saw that program on Soledad this afternoon, I said, okay, this is the way I'm going to take tonight's show in paying tribute to veterans, is to pay tribute to the women that have served our country. And I'm fortunate enough to have some girlfriends that have done. Teresa has retired since from the military, but Roz is running units. You know, girlfriend is at the top of her game. And they didn't know I was going to do this, and I didn't really know until about an hour or so. Maybe 2 hours before I put the show together, I decided what I wanted to do. But as soon as I saw the piece about the WACS, I thought that everybody should know that there were women, Black women, that made sure that the mail got through. Can you imagine? I mean, the morale, soldiers' morale that was kept up because they were able to receive these pieces of mail that these women diligently processed to make sure that they got through. And on that note, Jack Miller, happy anniversary, baby.
Same to you, my darling.
I love my husband. Bon appetit. It's dinner time. I'll see you. I'll probably play this again on Friday. But next Monday, we're going to start out fresh. We got new guests getting ready for 2024. We're going to talk a little business, get people ready. So if you got some ideas about what you want to do in business, get ready to do that next year. I'm going to have some people on to give you some guidance. Going to still see if I can have the young man on to talk about some financial products that he has at his bank where he works. So on that note, it's dinner time. Enjoy your evening. Have a fantastic evening. I'm going to have a fantastic evening with my husband as we celebrate 13 years. I'm sending all of my love to my mother, my brother, and my sister. And on that note, ciao, y'all. See you next time. Okay, sometimes I can. Amen, Sister Jan. Oh, my girlfriend Marty says, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. Hello. Come on, Marty. Here we go. See you next Monday.
I'm going down. I got the chair